we're going to unleash the power of the cards as we face down evil in Arkham Horror the card game this week on Short Rest Studios. Hey there, adventurers. My name is Judd. Welcome to another episode of Short Rest Studios. This week, I'm going to share with you my top cards for unleashing the power of Roland Banks in Arkham Horror the card game. You guys may know that Arkham Horror the card game is one of my favorite games. Many of you might be beginners, and so you're wondering, man, what do I do with all these freaking cards? There's so many of them. If you just picked up the revised core set, there are 365 cards in that set. Well, I'm here to help you this week figure out what to do with all those cards. But first, let's talk about the revised core set. The revised core set came out in 2021, 5 years after the original Arkham Horror LCG was released. It included a lot of quality of life improvements and better organization, and it has enough stuff in it for four. This is four. Don't ignore this one. That's four. And in that box, there's enough stuff for 4 investigators to face down the mythos. My hope is for this episode to be the beginning of an ongoing series where we talk about the cards that will unleash the power of each investigator in Arkham Horror, beginning with those in the revised core set. I'd love to hear who you think should be next. Put that in the comments below. Today, we're going to look at Roland Banks, the Fed, Class Guardian, Willpower 3, Intellect 3, Combat 4, Agility 2, Health 9, and Sanity 5. And one of his great powers is after he defeats an enemy, he gets to discover one clue at his location. When he draws the Elder Sign token, he gets a +1 for every clue at his location. So he gets a benefit in skill tests when there are clues at his location. His focus is on combat and investigation, and he's really good at both. So now we're going to dig into what I think are the 5 top cards for unleashing the power of Roland Banks in Arkham Horror the card game. If you think I missed one, or if you think I'm way off base, let me know in the comments below. I really want to talk to you about it. Card number 1 to unleash the power of Roland Banks is Roland's 38 special. Combat is one of the reasons that you want to play him, and so a weapon is a huge benefit. The 38 special gives Roland a +1 to attack and damage. That means that he's more likely to hit when he attacks, and he packs more of a wallop when he does. So why pick the 38 special over the 45 automatic, which is also a weapon that's available to Roland? They both use the same amount of ammunition. You'd think the automatic would be better than that 38 revolver, but the 38 gives you one thing the 45 does not. If there are clues available at your location, you get a +3 to attack instead of a +1. This gives Roland a huge advantage over his enemies. Card number 2 to unleash Roland's power in the game of Arkham Horror is Evidence. Or should I say Evidence? It's got an exclamation point on it for some reason. This is an event card that allows Roland to discover one additional clue at his location after defeating an enemy. Now that's a power he already has, but this card gives it to him again. So if you could use that power and this card at the same time, that's 2 additional clues on a turn. The great benefit of the Evidence card is that it's a fast card. It's got that fast keyword, which means it doesn't take an action to play this card on your turn. This gives you a huge advantage over the Mythos. Card number 3 to unleash Roland's power is the Emergency Cash. This is a straightforward resource card. You play it as an action on your turn. It gives you 3 additional resources. And those additional resources can of course help you play other cards or trigger abilities, which is hugely beneficial in Arkham Horror LCG. Card number 4 to unleash Roland Banks' power in Arkham Horror LCG is Deduction. This again is an investigation card. It's a skill card that helps him in discovering clues. One of his strengths already, it only makes that strength stronger. The way this card works is you apply it to a skill test when you're investigating, and if the skill test is successful, you get an additional clue. And of course, since the method of progression in this game is to discover clues faster than the Mythos can advance its story, this can give you a huge boost in progress over the enemy. Here comes card number 5, and before I get into card number 5, I just want you to know there's a bonus one after, so stick around. Of course there's a bonus. I always have a bonus, because I love you guys. Card number 5 to unleash the power of Roland Banks in Arkham Horror the card game is the Dodge card. Because let's be honest, Roland's agility is pretty low. he's really not that hard to kill for somebody with his abilities in combat. So the dodge card can come in really, really handy. This card is straight up what it says it is. When an enemy attacks you, you can evade that attack. And it's a fast card, so that means anytime an enemy attacks you, you can cancel that attack, which is really helpful when your guy's not real good at getting away from stuff. And when he's always in the thick of it, because that's why you play Roland Banks. Thank you so much for sticking with me this far. Your support means a whole lot to me. And beyond just watching these videos, there are a few other ways that you can support this channel. The first one is hit that like button down below if you're getting something out of this video. That just helps it get out to a broader audience. You can also hit the subscribe button, which means that you can keep up with what I'm doing here each week on Short Rest Studios. I also have an Etsy shop, which I'm going to put a link to in the description below, and it would really help me out and the channel if you'd go there and check out some of the products we have to offer. And another way you can support this channel is to leave a comment. If you like what's in this video, let me know. If you think I'm way off base, let me know. If you have ideas for other episodes, let me know in the comments below. And now, onto our bonus card to unleash the power of Roland Banks in Arkham Horror the card game. Number 6, the guard dog. Roland has a couple of options for sidekicks, which is kind of weird because it seems like he'd be kind of a loner. But I'll tell you why the guard dog is my favorite of those. Dr. Milan Christopher and the research librarian are pretty useless in a fight. The beat cop is okay. He gives you a +1 to hit, or you can discard him for extra damage. But my favorite is the guard dog. I mean, first of all, he's a dog. If you don't love dogs, I don't know if I want to know you. I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. The second reason he's my favorite is because he's got 3 health, which means he can take more hits than the rest of those guys. And that's really why you have a sidekick, right? So they can take some of that damage for you. He matches the others in mental stability. Think about that for a second. The dog is as mentally stable as the research librarian. And of course, the guard dog's secret weapon is anytime he takes damage, which he's probably always going to, he deals 1 damage to the enemy who harms him. So there you have it, my 5 top cards to unleash the power of Roland Banks in Arkham Horror the card game, plus a 6th bonus one, which is really my favorite one. Again, if you're getting something out of this video, do me a huge favor. Hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button so you can keep up with what I'm doing here on Short Rest Studios. Visit my Etsy shop, the link's in the description below, and please leave me a comment. Let me know what investigator you think I should cover next on this ongoing series. Thanks again for joining this gaming community. I'll see you next time on Short Rest Studios.